I'm Polly Toner for Different Drummers Online. We want you to meet some youth who are making a real difference in the world. They're part of an interfaith youth exchange that brings together teens from a variety of faiths to build bridges of understanding. Let's welcome Ala Mohammed, a Muslim and a student at Universal School in Bridgeview, Illinois. Kurdi Nagasi, an Orthodox Christian from Loyola Academy in Wilmette, Illinois, and Aaron Miller, a student at Chicagoland Jewish High School in Deerfield, Illinois. How did you get involved in Interfaith Youth Corps?
Well, I actually got involved at a really young age when I was in 7th grade. There were actually many interfaiths at our school, but at our school, I think it starts from high school. But in our community, like our local mosque, there has also been various dinners where people of different faiths come together and discuss their issues and get to know one another.
What is the purpose of having an Interfaith Youth Corps for high school students?
The purpose would be probably to know about each other and understand what their faith is and relate it to your own lives, I guess.
Okay.
And I think it goes beyond that. I think it's to, we're going to be entering the college world and beyond that going to getting jobs. And I think that to be able to understand other faiths really helps us not only to strengthen ourselves, but in terms of politics, in terms of reacting to other faiths, it really helps us to understand.
Yeah, like he said, you're moving on to the real world where it's a hard world out there, and I think if we don't start with these activities, like nothing's going to happen. If we don't take the initiative, nobody else is. So there's going to have to be one group that's going to want to take a step ahead and want to move forward.
Okay, and when you get together, what kinds of things do you do?
Well, we've done some learning about each other's holidays. We did a fun marriage one. We learned about our different marriage traditions.
Oh, I bet that was fun.
And we've had some serious ones as well. We talked about the Israeli-Arab conflict. We also talked about, and we watched a movie, talked about tolerance and how does that relate. And so we've done both serious and fun things as well.
What would you say you've learned the most about in your participation? And any of you can answer this.
Just because it's another religion doesn't mean you can't go in there, it's not yours. You can just go ahead, learn about it, you'll know more. The more you know about other religions, the more you will know about your own religion. That's good for me.
I think you just learn more about the people and how they think a certain way or what they do, and especially like I had the privilege of learning some different rituals and expanding your knowledge on other people of other faiths and other faiths in general.
I think it makes it so much more personable because you can watch the news and learn about Muslims or Christians or Jews. When you actually get to meet them and interact with them, it makes them so much more human that it really adds to the dynamic situation.
Has there been anything that surprised you about one of the other cultures, one of the other traditions? Rituals that you didn't know about?
Well, I can say one thing, that even though we're very different, we're also very similar. So as much as I was surprised in some things, in other things I wasn't so shocked at all.
Okay. What's this shadowing program about?
That's when some certain students from certain schools, like our schools, go and shadow you. If they come to your school to visit, they shadow you, they follow you around for a day and see what it is like. They want to see how your experience is at school from day to day. And especially since we're private schools of a certain faith, it's to shadow that faith for that day.
So, Ala, you're at the Universal School.
Yeah.
And it is an Islamic school. Mm-hmm. Who came to shadow at your school?
Actually, somebody from Loyola.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a Christian or a Catholic student.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My brother shadowed. He said they had a really good time shadowing, and the people are so open and so warm to him. Mm-hmm. And just a kind of funny story, he was wearing a kippah that had a Canadian flag on it, and they asked him, what is that? And he said, you can wear any kind of yarmulke you want. And it was really a good experience.
Absolutely.
Good experience for him.
To share even those little things that I think we're afraid to ask each other sometimes.
Yeah.
You have had the opportunity?
Yeah, I had the opportunity to go to Universal, shadowed there, had a great day. Too much cool stuff in there.
Too much cool stuff?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff, cool stuff, yeah. Okay. And I don't know, just watch them all, be another faith, another culture. It's just so cool.
And did you feel comfortable? Were there awkward moments?
At the beginning of the day, it was kind of awkward because everybody was covered up, and like I was like, okay, I'm the only one in here. I'm the only girl not covered. It's like, but then later on, I found out that the girls actually wear their scarves by themselves because they wanted to, and I felt comfortable around the day. But the beginning it was, but later on the day it was, yeah, just like my school, I guess.
I imagine sometimes when you're talking, some of your dialogues have to be a little bit challenging. Have there been hard issues or arguments or tough discussions?
On the issue of Israel and Palestine, when we had that discussion, like you have students from Universal over here and students from CGSH over here, and they're talking about it, like at the moment you just get scared maybe they're going to get into arguments, but really they really don't get into arguments. At that time it's kind of challenging to hear like both sides, and then you're like kind of scared at the moment, but they handle it really well.
Yeah, and I think that there were some arguments, but I think that through the whole discussion we knew that we were still friends. We knew that it was an intellectual debate and not, it wasn't going to decide if we were going to stay friends as schools, that we knew that it was just a friendly debate.
How has your participation in the Interfaith Youth Corps impacted your own faith journeys?
The more you know about the other religion, like Muslim or Jewish, the more you want to know about your own religion. So for me, it's like the more I know the Muslim or the Jewish one, I just want to know more knowledge about it. And I actually found out like there's a lot similarities than the difference. So it actually helps you get deep into your own religion, learning about other religions.
Yeah, I think that it really strengthened my identity as a Jew, because at these events we have to express ourselves and we represent in some way the Jewish community. So we have to be able to strongly represent ourselves. So I think it's really helped me to be a stronger Jew.
Yeah, you don't lose your identity, it just makes you a stronger person, because not only you get to acknowledge other faiths and people of other faiths, but you also get to acknowledge yourself, your own religion, and you're thankful for that.
If someone wanted to start something like this in their own school, why would you tell them it's a good idea?
Because we definitely need more of these all across the country, actually everywhere. It's just good to step out from that ignorant phase where you don't know, or sometimes you're scared to know, or you just brush off things because you think it's unimportant. But you have to step out from that and to realize that you have to embrace one another and get to know one another, because if you don't understand each other, then how are you going to interact?
So I think also at some schools that hate is because they don't understand and don't know the other side. So if they were able to partake in Interfaith Youth Corps, they'd understand each other more because they know each other better.
You ever wonder if we should have Interfaith Adult Corps?
Yeah, I think they should.
Okay, everybody doing this.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ala, Fakurti, and Aaron. I'm Polly Toner for Different Drummers Online. Keep the faith.